Okay, so last class we discussed about modules actually. Module 1, Module 2, Module 3, and Module 4. What these four modules can do. Module 1 is fundamentals, basic Python programming fundamentals. In Module 2, we will be having advanced Python like object-oriented programming structure, exception handling, and how to handle exceptions and all. And we will work on iterators, generators, all these things. See, there are a lot of features and concepts which are available in Module 2. So once we're done with the programming fundamentals with module 1 and module 2, we will move to the module 3 with different kind of libraries and frameworks. So that is also beta. And coming to the module 4 is completely working model like projects where we can implement, where we can inject Python programming for the different kind of applications or projects and all. Small scale applications or medium scale applications, even the large scale applications also. And coming to the different kind of editors, what are the different kind of editors which are available to do work with the Python? We will be having a Notepad, we will be having a Notepad++, like a VS Code, IDLE, integrated. What is this meaning of IDLE? Is integrated development lightweight environment. Integrated development lightweight environment. Integrated development lightweight environment. So that is basically called IDLE. We will be having two kind of versions with IDLE. One is a interpreted mode and one is the bash mode. We will discuss about it. Okay, so let's go with IDLE first. I don't have the Notepad and Notepad++ in my Mac machine. If you people are using the Windows machine, you try with the Notepad and Notepad++. I don't have these two editors. But if you are working with the Notepad, you need to save the file with the .py format. See, one important thing we need to understand, the file format for the Python is .py. Even for the VS Code also, you need to go with the .py format. But in IDLE, even in the IDLE bash mode, you have to save the file in the .py format. And interpreted mode is the line by line execution. Line by line execution. So how this interpreted mode is working for you, I will show. Okay, we try to work with the different kind of editors, but before editors, I just want to install Python in your machine. So how to install Python in your operating system, in your operating system, in your OS. Okay, so you may use a Windows machine or maybe use your Mac machine, or some people will use Linux machine. We don't care about it. Any kind of operating system Python will install. Python is platform independent. Python is language independent. Python is platform independent. We don't worry about the Python installation. Okay, so the only thing is we have to go with the www.python.org. This is the official website where you can download for Python. So let me go. Okay, so python.org. Python.org is the official website where you can see an option called downloads option. Just go to downloads option and go to the operating system mode. Okay, if you are in the Windows machine, go for the Windows option. If you are in the Mac mode, you can go for the Mac operating system and go to the button. So let me show. So you will be having a download option here. So from this downloads, you will be having the Windows and Mac. If you are using the Windows machine, go to the Windows. If you are using a Mac machine, go with the Mac machine. Based on that, based on your operating system, you have to install your software. Just go to the downloads and go to the, for me, it is Mac. For you, it is Windows. Okay, you are using a Mac machine, you can go with the Mac machine. If you people are using the Mac machine, you can go with the Mac machine. No issues. Okay, for Windows, it will be .exe file or maybe that is exe file only. But in the Mac machine, it may be the DMG file. So it will give the DMG file. Okay. So after download the file, what you have to do is just click on next, next, next. So the steps are very easy. So I already have installation. I already have Python installed in my machine. I will show. Okay, just open the terminal. Open terminal in the Mac. Open command line. After install, after download your Python exe or Python DMG. Okay. Now let me tell you, exe for Windows machine. and DMG extension for Mac machine. Mac machine. Okay. And after that, okay. If you are using a Windows, for Windows users, I'm telling. For Windows, you will be open a command line. So open command prompt or open, yeah, command. For Mac people, a search an option, search option. Or for Windows also, you'll be having a search option, right? A search option. You can go for the search option in the bottom of the screen. And search for ideally. Here also, Mac also, you will be having a search option. You will be having a search for ideally. So search for ideally. Search for ideally. And even here also, search for ideally. Yes. So when you search for ideally will open. Okay. So once you open ideally and first work with the command prompt, command line mode. Okay, program your command line mode. Okay, let me try to open. Okay, just try to open ideally first. Ideally, I am opening from search. I'm opening from the search option. If you are using a Mac machine, go for the search option on top. If you are using a Windows machine, go for the search option in the bottom. Okay, open ideally. Okay, first one is command line mode. How work with the command line mode? I will show. Command line mode is very simple. So this is command line mode open. Ideally opened with the command line. So you can just make it zoom. Okay, I want to make it zoom height. Okay, zoom. Ideally preferences. Ideally preferences. I want to give the size of the font. I want to make the font size little bit more for your understanding purpose. And 25. Yes, I'm giving 25 here. I'm giving 25 here and giving the font, whatever the font you want, you can just give the font face and all. Let me give the good font face for that. Yes, that's fine. And apply it. Apply it. Apply it. Okay. Now you can search. You can write something. So I'm trying to writing some 2 plus 3. Enter. I'm writing some 34 minus 12. You can see simple arithmetic operators I can able to perform. Okay, I want to write a print function. In the print in single quotes, whatever you want, you can write it. Hello, Python. I am new to learn. After write something, go to the end of the line, EOD, end of the line, and enter. Hello, Python. I am new to learn. And for example, if I'm giving the name is equal to Srinivas, I'm just giving the name here. And after that, I want to enter the name. Srinivas came. I want to print the name. Name is variable here. See, later we will discuss about the variable concept. Whatever the value you're trying to enter in, that value need to store somewhere. For example, you will be having a different kind of variables. So sometime I will be having a integer kind of variable. Sometime I will be having the float kind of variable. Sometime I will be having the string kind of variable. Sometime I will be having the array kind of variable or list kind of variable. Sometime I will be having a tuple kind of variable. It may be a container is different. See, everything is container. It may be an integer kind of container or numerical kind of integer container, and it may be a float kind of container. That is the integer. This is the float. Okay, FLO8 is sorry. FLO. Yeah, this one. Yes. Yeah. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, this may be a float kind of data type. This may be a string kind of data type. This may be a list kind of data type. This may be a tuple kind of data type. Later, we will discuss all the data types which are available in Python. We will discuss one by one. This may be a tuple kind of data type. But all this kind of data, what we have to do is, okay, so type of the name. For example, I want to check with the type of the name. See, what is the type of the name? I can see. What is the type of the name? Type of the name is string, str. Type of the name is str. For example, x is equal to 12. And what is the x? And the type of the x. I want to check the type of the x. Type of the x is integer. Can you see? Type of the x is integer. I can able to easily work with the type method, easily identify what is the data kind, what is the type of the data. And this is ideally shell mode process. Ideally shell mode. Shell mode is line by line execution. Every time you need to give the enter button. That is a shell mode process. And one more process we will be having, that is the bash mode. So all the editors I will explain. This is the process of editor or one editor called ideally. Let's go. So yesterday we are talking about ideally shell. When we install Python, by default ideally will come, but ideally we'll have two kind of procedure. One is the shell mode, one is the bash mode. So in shell mode, we done simple operations like arithmetic operators and all, and we done with the print function also. And whatever the code you want, you can write it. For example, I want to give the EMP name. So let me give the EMP name. So let me close the shell now, and I want to open the things like search for ideally. So ideally we'll have the command line mode. Command line mode is line by line process, right? Command mode or shell mode. Shell mode or command mode is line by line execution. But coming to the bash mode, so what is the bash mode and how to work with the bash mode? We will see the bash mode now. So open ideally again and create a new file. Let me show. Open ideally again. I'm trying to opening ideally one more time. And this time I'm going to file and new file. Go to file and new file. File, new file. Then save as some file name dot py. Next point. Write all the Python code. And run module, run program. Okay, I will show how this is going to be available. So these are the steps you have to follow. Open ideally, file, new file, save as file name dot py. Whatever the file name you want, you can provide it. The name of the file should be. So I will tell you how to create a file name and all. Now let's go to the ideally here. Go to the file and take a new file over there and save the file. Save as. I'm saving this file on top of desktop. Let me go to desktop. On top of desktop, I'm saving the file. So this should be something like a file.py. The format is file.py. I'm saving the format. Yeah. Now I'm trying to writing some lines of the code. So print hello Python. And one more thing, print Python used for develop web applications. And one more print Python used for develop DS applications, data science applications. Okay. I'm trying to writing a lot of prints here. Suppose I'm giving the name also, name will give us and print name. Print name is comma. Yeah, fine. So now I'm writing 4 to 5 lines of the code here. Finally, I need to save the file. Go to file and save, or Control S or Command S. Command S in Mac, Control S in the Windows machine. Then what you need to do is go to the run and click on the run module or F5. When I click on run module, when I go for the F5, automatically the total code was executed. So hello Python is the first output. Hello Python is the first output, and Python used for develop web application second output. Python used for develop DS application is the third output, and name is Srinivas. How many prints we got now? Totally 4 prints we got now. First print hello Python, second print hello Python used for develop web application, third print for Python used for develop DS applications, and fourth print for name is Srinivas kind of things. So these are the 4 different prints we have. For example, I want to go with the addition program. X is equal to 10. Let me go. X value stored with the 10 and Y value stored with 20, and Z value is equal to X plus Y. And let me go with the Z value. So Z value or addition. So we are working with addition, right? Addition is Z, right? I'm trying to working with the one more print now. See, after saving the program, then only you have to run the program. First to save the program, then go and run. Just go with run or F5. Go with the F5. When you click on the run module, now one more print got added. Hello Python already there. Python used for develop web applications are there, and Python used for develop DS applications is there, and name is Srinivas is there, and addition is 30. In this way, you can write ideally batch mode application. And batch mode, remember one point, compulsory file need to saved with .py format. And run program or run module, here run module is, you can go for the F5 also. So every time after adding the content, after adding source, after adding code, save and run again. Save, run again. This is the important thing for the run module process. We'll continue with the Sublime Text Editor or PyCharm Anaconda Navigator in the coming session. So last class we done with IDLE process, ideally how to work with IDLE and all. And today we will discuss about Sublime Text Editor. So how to work with the Sublime Text Editor. So just install Sublime Text Editor from internet, and this is free. This is free editor. Most of the editors are free editors. That is not a problem. So this is also a free editor, and you can download for Windows and Mac or Linux. This one also available for multiple operating systems. You can download for anything. But I already downloaded for the Mac machine, but I will show the thing. So how to work with the Sublime Text and how to download Sublime Text. Sublime Text download. Search for Sublime Text download and go to the sublimetext.com. This is the official website for you, where you can able to search for the Sublime Text. And 3 is the latest version. You can go for the 3. And if you are using a Windows machine, you can go for the Windows machine 64-bit portable version. Or if you are using a Mac machine, you can go for the Mac machine. Or you can directly go with the download option. On top, you can have a download option. You can just click on this download and automatically it will download for you. For example, if I am working with the Mac, I can go for the Mac. Okay, so now it is giving for Mac related file on top of desktop. I already have it. That is the reason I'm not downloading again it. Now, so let me open Sublime Text. This is my Sublime Text here, and I'm trying to save Control F, take a new file, Control S on top of the desktop. And for Python, I want to save the file. So this one is file 1.py. Now this time the file name is file 1.py. Anything is .py format only. Even in Sublime Text also, file format should be .py format only. Okay, so let me give the variables. So this is the Python file. Okay, first number is equal to 12. And second number, let me give the second number is equal to 14 or 24. And finally, addition is equal to first number plus second number. I want to give the first number plus second number. I want to give the print finally addition. Okay, so let me give the string first of all. addition value is comma and addition. Addition value is what is addition value? I want to print in the print screen. And if you want to get the first number and second number also, print first number is comma first number, print second number is second number is kind of second number. Okay, addition is this. Okay, I want to go for the addition. This is the addition value. So I am printing the addition value finally. And if you want, you can go for the subtraction, multiplication. If you want, you can go for the subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulus division, and power also. First number is this, second number is this. Okay, fine. Now, this is addition. Some second one is subtraction or subtraction. And this is multiplication. And this one is division. This one is modulus value, modulo division, modulus. And this one is power. Okay, so for this subtraction, I can go for the minus symbol. For this multiplication, star symbol. And second division. For division, this one is the symbol. And modulus, percentile symbol. And power, we can go for the double star. See, later we will discuss about all arithmetic. Don't worry about things. I'm trying to working with addition here. And this is the addition value. And second thing is subtraction, multiplication. And one more is division, modulus, and power. This is addition. This is a subtraction. Subtraction value is subtraction. Multiplication value is multiplication. Division value is division. Division value is division. And modulus value is something like a reminder. So you can try to work with the reminder. And power value is power. Save the program and go to tools and go to the build, or you can go for the control B or command B, whatever you want. I can go for that. And whenever I build the program, so the output will be in the bottom of the screen. You can see the output. The first number is 12, second number is 2, addition is 14, subtraction is 10, multiplication is 24, and division is 6.0. Modulus division, a remainder value is basically 0, and power 12 to the power of 2. What is the 12 to the power of 2? Is something like 144. We know that. So every operation, every arithmetic operation is performing well. Okay, so we'll continue with some other editor in the coming classes. Okay, so in last class we discussed about IDLE, and we discussed about Sublime Text and PyCharm also. And today we will see about Visual Studio Code, how to work with Visual Studio Code, Python installation and Python program run and all. So this Visual Studio Code is again IDE, but this is the most important IDE more people are using in IT industry to develop the Python code or user interface like React, Angular, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and all. So this is a famous editor. Mostly this is in 1 and 2 ranking. People are mostly using Visual Studio Code. Why? Because of this Visual Studio Code have a lot of extensions related to the programming fundamentals and programming syntaxes, like intelligence and all. For a lot of programs, intelligence will come using with extensions and all. So that is the reason this IDE, VS Code IDE, mostly people will call as VS Code IDE. And let me try to download it. And I already using the Visual Studio Code. This is Visual Studio Code only, but I'm trying to showing you where Visual Studio Code is available and how to download it. Visual Studio Code download. Search for Visual Studio Code download in the browser. Okay, Visual Studio Code download. Just to search for the Visual Studio Code download. The first link you can see is download Visual Studio Code for Mac and Linux, Windows. You can download for any one of the editor. So for example, if I want to download for Mac, you can download for the Mac. If you want to download for the Windows, you can download for the Windows. Or if you want to download for Ubuntu or Linux, you can download for Linux Ubuntu also. For me, it is Mac related. DMG file will come. For if people are using a Windows machine, they will go with the Windows and they will download exe file. Okay, for the 64-bit version or 32-bit version, whatever it may be. So I already downloaded Visual Studio Code, and after downloading the VS Code, try to double click on the file or right click and open in Administrator in Windows. Mac, directly double click on that. Once you double click on that, it is trying to installing for your system by clicking next options. By clicking next options, it will go and download for you. And after that, what you have to do is, so this is my VS Code, right? So in VS Code, there is an option called extensions option. So left side, you can find out. Left side, you can find out fifth button. What is the fifth button? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Left side, you will be finding a option called extensions option. Just open the extensions option. And from here, you need to download one extension called Python. So this will be downloading from Microsoft basically. And search for Python over there. If you search for Python, the first one, Python IntelliSense, which is actually available from the Microsoft. Okay, please download it. I already have it. That is the why reason it is actually showing me uninstall option. If you don't have it, it will show the install option, but I already have it. That is the why reason it is actually showing me uninstall option. Don't go for uninstall. I already have installed. So that is the why reason I don't disturb this one. Let me clear the drawings and try to write a simple Python code over there. Okay, let me close this one. Just leave it. Let me create a new file and save it as something like file2.py. So .py format is compulsory. All Python files are saved with the .py format, that is compulsory. I'm giving the file name as file2 and extension is .py and click on enter button. Once you click on the enter button, automatically file was created. Now I'm trying to writing some code inside it. Okay, let me write the code. Hello, Python. And print Python using for data science and AI mostly. And one more print Python used for develop web application. Okay, so let me write the name. Name is equal to some kind of strings. And I want to print the name. Print hello, your name is. Hello, your name is comma name. Okay, fine. Now maybe everybody can able to see my font in VS Code. I'm writing some Python code and the file already saved with the .py format. And here, how to run Python file is very simple. You'll be having an option called play option over there. And or you can go for the run and run start debugging, run without debugging and all. And better you can go with the play option. You'll be having the play option on top right, run Python file. When you click on run Python file, so Python file is going to be running. File2.py got executed and you will be having outputs like hello Python using for data science and AI, and Python used for develop web applications, and hello, your name is something like a Srinivas. So finally, this is the output for the program, and you can able to see the output one more time. So I just got it. Two times I'm running. So if you want, you can clean it. And for example, I don't want to show the name and all. You can just switch off it. This is basically comments. Later we will discuss about comments in Python. Now I am actually hiding some code and only executing 3 lines of the code. The first line is hello Python. Second line is Python using for data science and AI. And third line is Python used for develop web applications. Just play the application. When you play the application, automatically you can able to see the three outputs now, three prints now. Okay, the first print is hello Python, second print is Python using for data science and AI, third print is Python used for develop web applications. This is the procedure of this is the process or procedure how to create Python files and how to work with the Python using with the Visual Studio Code. Thank you. We'll see some other editors in the next class. So in last class, we discussed Python with IDLE, Python with Sublime Text, Python with PyCharm, and Python with Visual Studio Code. There are multiple different kind of editors we already done. And one more important editor, it is not like editor, it is environment. So mostly in real time, people are using for data analytics and data science or artificial intelligence. This one is the very, very famous environment called Anaconda Navigator. Anaconda Navigator is not editor. Anaconda Navigator is environment. Is environment which will have uh, multiple editors inside. Which will have multiple editors inside. Anaconda Navigator is an environment which will have multiple editors in it. Which will have multiple editors inside. What are the different kind of editors I will show, but most important editors we are using for Python writing code. The one is Jupyter. One is the Jupyter Web IDE, and Web IDE means browser IDE. This is the browser IDE. It will execute through the browser. And the second Jupyter Notebook, basically Jupyter Notebook. Yeah, Jupyter is basically a notebook. It may have the name called Jupyter, but it is a notebook basically. And one more thing is a Spider. Spider is one thing. So one is Jupyter and one is a Spider. For Spider, we need to save the file as .py. For Jupyter, we need to save the file as .ipynib. ipynib. Automatically, when you save the notebook, automatically it will save as .ipynib file, but in Spider .py format. Remember, once you install Anaconda Navigator, automatically a bunch of IDEs will come with you. From the bunch of IDEs, mostly we will use one is Jupyter and one is the Spider. Okay. So let us try to see how Anaconda Navigator is available. So I will search for Anaconda Navigator download. Anaconda Navigator download. So go for the Anaconda Navigator download. Based on your operating system, it will come to you. For example, if you are using the Windows operating system, it will give the Windows operating system installer option. If you are going with the Mac machine, it will give you the Mac related download option. So which one is what you are going to be using is that is your wish. So here for desktop portal data science. So navigator just for the you can go for the free download. So this one is the Mac system. For me, it is Mac. For you people, it will be the Windows option. You please click on you can click on the option called button. When you click on the button, the extension .exe file for the Windows it will download for you. And after that, you double click on that. It will try to integrate all the existing editors which are available inside the Anaconda Navigator. That will come to you and which is going to be downloading. And after that, you have to follow the same options like click on next, and finally click on the OK button. Then automatically Anaconda Navigator is available in your machine. But after available Anaconda Navigator, what we have to do and how to work with the Jupyter and how to work with the Spider, we will see. So coming to Anaconda Navigator is a department which will have we will be having two things inside the Anaconda Navigator, one is the Jupyter and one is the Spider. So let me launch Anaconda Navigator. After installing Anaconda Navigator, please try to launch it Anaconda Navigator. Just to search for Anaconda Navigator. If you are using a Windows machine, go for the search option in the bottom side. If you are using a Mac machine, you search for the top. Okay, just I'm searching for Anaconda Navigator. Anaconda Navigator is a green color circle icon, which was going to be launching now, and it will take time to launch, and which is going to be having a bunch of IDEs inside. In that IDEs, we will be having one is a Jupyter and this is Spider. So let's go discuss about Jupyter in section Spider section. This is basically Jupyter. This is basically Jupyter, and we will be having the one more thing called a spider. So this one is a spider, and this one is a Jupyter. And can you see and observe? This is a web-based interactive computing and notebook. It means what? This is completely web related, so browser related IDE. So let me launch the Jupyter now. So I'm trying to launch the Jupyter over there. Collection of editors. Anaconda environment is collection of editors. I'm trying to launch the Jupyter. So once I launch Jupyter Notebook, it will run through one browser. It will run through one default browser. Whatever the default browser you have, through the default browser it will run. So from the default browser, my Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so now you can see there are multiple kind of options which are available, and it is running through browser. You can see the URL also localhost colon 888 slash 3 root level. In root level, it is actually preparing all the files. Now, don't touch anything. So don't touch running option, don't touch the cluster option at all. So just go to the files. And I want to create a new file now. But now you have to select the path where you want to create the file. For example, I want to create the file on top of the desktop. Okay, so I selected my path as desktop. On top of the desktop, I want to create a new file. So let me create a new file here. And that file should be a Python 3 file. So where you can able to write your code. For example, I want to create a sample Python program. Just give the uh, comment here. Sample Python program. Okay. So sample Python program, and this code is going to be a heading, for example. So I just want to keep the heading like level 2 heading or level 3 heading, whatever the headings you want, you can just give it. Okay, this is level 2 heading. So just keep on okay. Or if you want, you can just make down different kind of headings also. This is level 2. And if I have a new thing, using the hash characters, you can give the more and more. Once I given the single hash, that will be the level 2. I given 3, level 3, something like this. This is some kind of heading basically. And after that, I want to give some program. So I want to give the program, just give the name is equal to kind of Srinivas here. Okay, so for example, I want to execute the name. First of all, I want to execute the cell. If you want to execute the cell, and we can just go with the shift enter. See, I'm just giving the comment here, shift plus enter. Shift plus enter to run the code, to run the cell, the shortcut. Or you can go with the run option. Just you click on the run option. Now name got stored with, and I just search for the name. Or you can just search for the print option. Uh, name is comma name. I can search for the name. Name is Srinivas now. Name is Srinivas. So Srinivas is available. Name is Srinivas is also available. So cell by cell execution. Cell by cell execution. For example, if I want to go with the simple addition program, x is equal to something, y is equal to something, z is equal to x plus y, and print z. Okay, so you can execute at the same time. Execute at the same time. I can able to execute the cell with the multiple lines of the code. I have multiple lines of the code, and I can able to execute the complete cell at the single time. Okay. Jupyter. So Jupyter notebook, you can work on a lot of lines of the code. You can able to execute lot of lines of the code, and this file is going to be IPynib file. So I will show the file where the file was saved. Where the file was saved, I will show you. So this one, IPynib, I created some IPynib. So this is the file I created. IPynib. The extension of the file is .ipynib. So that is the Jupyter file. And let's go with the one more option called a spider. Launch a spider also. From Anaconda Navigator, I'm trying to launch in the spider also. Trying to launch in the spider. So from spider also you can do the Python code practice. From spider also you can do practice by just launching spider. Okay. So trying to launch the spider. It was version 5. The spider version is version. Okay, so I got launched spider. So welcome to spider. Start with the So let me let's write some Python file. Important check for reference. Okay. Now I want to create a new file over there. I'm creating a new file here. Just go with a bigger one. Name is equal to Srinivas. I'm trying to writing some Python code and print name. And click on the play button. So once you click on the play button, it will give the output for you. Execute the current console. Yeah. Can you see the output here? Can you see the output here? So Srinivas, I got it. Can you see the console output? Srinivas. And age is equal to something like if I'm just checking the condition. If name is equal to Srinivas, then go okay, print okay. Just it is giving there just indentation. Just go with the indentation. Print okay should be in the single quotes. You may give the symbol says one space or at least one space you have to give. Or you can give the 2 spaces, or you can give the 3 spaces, or you can give the 4 spaces. That is not an issue. Indentation is mandatory for Python block. Indentation is mandatory for the Python block. That should be. So mostly people will give 4 spaces or 1 tab. 1 tab is better understanding. And click on the play button. So I got a OK here. Why I got a OK here? Why? Because name and Srinivas both got matched. Name and Srinivas both got matched. So this is some kind of conditions. So later we will discuss about conditions also. Okay, so how the things are going to be happening, right? The print not okay. Let me go with the not okay also. So why I'm giving the not okay here? I'm just searching for the capital S, searching with the capital S. Basically, name was Srinivas, but small S is my small letter. But I'm searching, or I'm actually checking with the capital letter S. When I check the equality with the capital letter S, that was not actually going with the true block. Will actually go with the false block. Now, finally output will be in the false block. Not okay. Finally, output will be the false block. So this is the way of working with the spider and Jupyter. Okay, so later we will discuss a lot of programs using with Anaconda Navigator only. Would want to go with the Spider, or you want to go with something like a Google Collab. What is this meaning of Google Collab? Is see lot of people are using Google Collab also, but Google Colab files are actually you should be having some internet connection every time whenever you are writing the program. This is something like a cloud editor where you can, if you have the email ID and all, you can go with the Colab. You can just go with the Google Colab. You can go for the Google Colab and log in with your email ID. You come to collaborate. So you can search for your email. Through the email ID, you can go to the Colab. new notebook. You can same like Jupyter. Same like Jupyter. This is not like. So I have something like let's start. Maybe some network notebook not found. You can create a new notebook. Sir. Shows you that. Okay, I'm trying to creating the new notebook. Notebook loading error. So there was some problem with that. Okay, we will see later. So how to work with the collaborator and all. But better you try to install in your system that Anaconda Navigator. So maybe my drive was filled. I think so. It's not available. Yeah, that is. Go Gmail change. My drive was actually filled. Google Drive was completely filled. That was a problem. I cannot create any netbook. So now, yeah. So now I change. I switch to one more email ID. So now I can able to type the code. Now I can able to type the code. So let me go with the print option. Print of hello. Let me click on the play button. So it is actually now connecting with the mission, connecting with the cloud mission. It is going to be executing and RAM is executing this. And now you can write something like name is equal to Srinivas. And we can able to save the collaboratory also. That also fine. Shift enter. You can go for the shift enter or you can do that. No problem. Same like your Jupyter. Collab also depending. So we done with the editors. Coming concepts onwards, all Python programming syntaxes we have like variables, conditions, groups, data types, type conversions, functions, object-oriented Python programming. See, module by module, we are trying to work on for the process. Thank you, thanks a lot. And please try to install React Docker editor. Try to do practice with Python code execution. Sample code, well, the sample code like addition program, main print, age print, qualification print, right? So, thank you.